Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for coming in. I know we spoke briefly over the phone. Again, my name is Nicole Brown. It is so nice to meet you all in person, and I am here for you all. I know it could be a bit nerve-wracking meeting with a new therapist. I'm going to be asking some personal questions, and you are free to share as much or as little as you want. I'm here to guide, to communicate with you all, for you all to assist with you all communicating with each other. And again, what we talk about stays in here. Um, and again, we will talk about as little or as much as you would like as a family. This is a huge step, and I do thank you for taking the initiative and being intentional on coming in to see me today. So I just want to start by asking everyone's names. Okay, so Mom, you are Chantel. This is Kayla, your daughter, and this is Josh, your son. And Dad, you are James. Thank you so much. And again, it is very nice to meet you. So today, it's going to be a little bit different than what will be our regular therapy sessions. Today, I'm going to ask you what seems like some nosy questions. It's just really so that I can kind of understand what's going on, kind of get to know you, for you all to get to know me. But don't worry, you can ask me any nosy questions that you would like to write back, and I'll be happy to answer to make you all comfortable. I'll answer any questions that you have today. But it's okay if you don't have any, that's quite all right. So after my questions, I'll share like my thoughts or where I feel like we should head next, and I'll ask you all where you think that we should head next after some initial observations um, based on based upon what you told me. And I'll always let you know what I'm thinking, and then occasionally I'll be jotting down some notes. Is that okay? Okay, thank you. Um, just so that I can refer back in case you guys have any questions and we can come up with plans or anything that we need to talk about in the future is why I'll be jotting down some specific notes. Um, so now we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you again for coming in. So, okay, Chantel, I know that we spoke briefly on the phone, but I'd like to just start with a very broad question, and then we'll go from there. So please tell me what brought you in today. Okay. I am really sorry to hear that you all are struggling at this time. Kayla, thank you for being brave enough to come in today. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Um, and we can talk a little bit more about that. Um, so if you don't mind, if we could just start with Kayla, if you don't mind, how can I ask you some questions? Okay. So at this time, how are you feeling? Okay. How long have you been feeling this way? So your current feelings, can you remember conveying any of these feelings to your family members? And before you conveyed these feelings, how bad did these feelings get? Okay. How is this impacting your life as a family right now? I understand. So you're saying you didn't feel supported. Are you currently feeling supported at this time? Okay. Uh, Mom, is are there any histories regarding suicidal attempts? Or are there any mental health um, issues that you have prevalent in your family? Dad, you as well? Okay. Any other family history of medical conditions relating to mental health or anything that you all want to share? Okay. All right. Chantel and James, let's just take a breather. I understand both of your frustrations. I understand how you both are feeling. I know this can be a stressful time for the both of you, but we can just take a breather and we could think about what brought you all in today. The main objective here is to support your family member Kayla as well as your son Josh, right? So it's easy, while it may seem easy to blame one another for what happened, but I want you all to focus on the now. And again, what brought you here today? The thing is that you may all be feeling like you miss Michaela's cues and her outreach, but now is the opportunity for you to expand upon communication and support for one another. All right. So we'll shift back to Michaela a little bit more. Okay. And Josh, you weren't really understanding what was going on. And I definitely know it can be difficult being a sibling and feeling like you are on the outside. So, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to expand upon our communication between all of you and not just what seems like the three of you. We're going to talk about how this impacts all of you. We're going to get to the root cause of what may be triggering each of you to feel these ways. And for Kayla, we want to just dig a little bit into some of your stressors. Okay. But before we conclude, I just wanted to give you all a little bit of homework for the evening for our next session. I want you all to journal for the week. I want you to start with how you're feeling when you wake up, some of the things that motivate you, some of your stressors, and do that throughout the day, in the morning, in the middle of the day, and before you go to bed. And then on the Friday, I want you all to meet as a family and talk about some of those things and support each other. And then when we return back to our next session, we will talk about our week and how we felt supported, and also some of the things that have contributed to our stress and how you all were communicating as a family. Okay. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you all.